Or, ladies and gentlemen, in a world where appearances often deceive and words can easily mislead, or the true measure of a person's character is not found in the surface level image they project, but in the subtle, consistent patterns of their behavior. Or when it comes to understanding a woman's character, you don't need 1,000 complicated tests or endless assumptions, or you only need to pay attention to two things, and those two things will reveal far more than anything else. The true test of any individual's character often lies in how they interact with people who cannot give them anything in return. Or when it comes to a woman's character, this principle becomes even more revealing, or because in daily life we frequently see how easily respect and kindness are offered to those in positions of influence or authority. But the real question is, or how does she treat the person standing silently at the corner, the one who may never play a role in her personal progress? That response defines her authenticity and moral depth. Or every person can put on a mask of politeness when interacting with those they admire or those from whom they expect some kind of benefit. However, when no expectation exists, or the mask usually falls and the raw truth comes forward, or if a woman extends her kindness equally to someone she perceives as ordinary, she displays a rare consistency of values, or this consistency is what separates genuine compassion from situational behavior. True respect is never selective. It's a standard she lives by, not a performance she acts out. Or, for example, imagine sitting in a restaurant and observing her treatment of the waiter. Does she smile, acknowledge their service, or say thank you? Or does she act dismissively, or as though they are invisible? These small gestures may appear insignificant, but they hold enormous weight in exposing the truth of her heart. Or the way she behaves toward people of service roles is not shaped by necessity, but by choice, and that choice reveals what kind of character she truly possesses at her core. Or, in many ways, her behavior toward powerless people reflects the values she holds within. If kindness only emerges when a reward is expected, or then it is not kindness at all but calculation. On the other hand, or if respect and compassion flow naturally toward everyone, whether powerful or powerless, then it reveals that her kindness is a deep, rooted habit rather than a temporary mask. Or this distinction matters because true character is about habits formed from inner values, not external incentives. Or it is also important to note that character is not something that can be permanently hidden. Over time, the truth always emerges in moments when nobody is watching closely. Or, if a woman treats the less fortunate with indifference or cruelty, eventually that same lack of compassion may extend to her close relationships when circumstances change. Or, on the other hand, if she consistently extends care without discrimination, she proves that her character is reliable and can withstand the tests of time. Or, the people she interacts with on a daily basis, from strangers on the street to those in positions often overlooked, serve as the truest mirrors of her values. Or, when her respect is reserved only for the influential, she reveals that she values status more than humanity. But when she honors the dignity of all individuals, or regardless of their position, she affirms that she sees humanity as equal. This way of treating others demonstrates humility, compassion, or an integrity that cannot be faked in the long run. One of the deepest insights about human behavior is that power reveals character, or even small amounts of power, such as being a customer, a boss, or simply having a higher status, can expose whether a person's heart values domination or compassion. Or for a woman, her treatment of those without power around her says more about her soul than her words ever could. Or when she uses even her smallest advantages to uplift others instead of belittling them, she proves herself to be worthy of trust, admiration, and respect. Or think about how she responds to individuals like housekeepers, drivers, or janitors. If her tone carries warmth, if her words are filled with gratitude, and if her attitude recognizes their human dignity, then she demonstrates that her respect is not conditional. On the contrary, or if she looks down upon them or ignores their presence, she shows that her kindness is shallow. This difference is what separates authentic character from mere courtesy. or every interaction is a clue, and these clues form a consistent picture of who she really is, or such treatment also reflects her empathy and ability to connect with others on a human level, or when she recognizes that even the smallest gesture of kindness can brighten someone's day, she lives with an awareness larger than herself. Or empathy is not only about feeling someone else's pain, but also about acknowledging their worth, even in brief encounters. Or a woman who naturally displays this trait demonstrates that her inner compass is guided by compassion, or her everyday interactions then become proof of her values rather than empty words or polished appearances. Ultimately, or the way she treats those who can do nothing for her is one of the clearest windows into her soul. True character is not revealed in front of crowds or in moments of performance, but in the ordinary, unnoticed acts that reflect her inner world. If she can respect and value those who bring her no tangible benefit, then she has shown a level of sincerity or humility and strength that no material achievement could ever equal. In conclusion, this single observation reveals everything you need to know about her authenticity. Or disappointment is an unavoidable part of life, and how a woman reacts to it provides a direct window into her inner strength and maturity. Or it is easy for anyone to appear graceful when life unfolds according to their desires, but the true measure of character is revealed when the outcome is different from what they expected. If her first response to disappointment is bitterness, anger, or blame, or she reveals fragility. But if she chooses patience, perspective, and dignity, then her reaction proves that her spirit is rooted in resilience rather than temporary emotions. Or every woman faces moments when her plans collapse, when her hard work does not produce the desired results, or when someone denies her what she hoped for. Or these moments test her emotional balance more than anything else. If she allows setbacks to crush her self-worth, then disappointment controls her. But if she stands firm, reminding herself that loss is temporary and growth is possible, she transforms the disappointment into strength. Her reaction is no longer a weakness, but a demonstration of character molded through trials. Disappointment often magnifies the hidden qualities of the heart. When frustration arises, it becomes clear whether she responds with blame toward others or with accountability for herself. A woman of strong character does not point fingers when life turns against her, she accepts what has happened, learns from it, and chooses not to allow bitterness to consume her. This maturity reveals that her strength lies not in denial of hardship, but in her willingness to confront it and grow. Her reaction becomes a declaration of wisdom. The way she manages rejection is also an indicator of her values, whether it is rejection in personal relationships, career pursuits, or dreams she holds close, the emotional response can expose entitlement or resilience. If rejection leads her to insult, manipulate, or destroy others, it is a sign that her character is fragile and reactive. But if rejection strengthens her resolve, inspires her to improve, and encourages her to try again, it shows the depth of her determination. The conclusion is simple: disappointment is her mirror. Consider how she behaves when her patience is tested by unmet expectations. Does she lose control, resort to harsh words, or withdraw into resentment? Does she breathe deeply, accept the situation, and seek solutions? Emotional stability during disappointment is not about suppressing feelings, but about channeling them wisely. When she reacts with composure, it proves that she has developed the inner discipline to master her emotions. This mastery reflects her inner dignity, because even in painful circumstances, she remains loyal to her values. That is character revealed. A woman's resilience during disappointment also demonstrates her level of gratitude. If she complains endlessly about what she lost, she blinds herself to what she still has. But if she maintains a spirit of thankfulness, reminding herself of blessings even in hardship, she radiates strength. Gratitude in the middle of disappointment is rare because it requires deep humility, only someone who understands that life is bigger than one loss can remain thankful. This response reveals that her faith and values anchor her, and disappointment cannot uproot them. Disappointment tests not only patience but also perseverance. or how she responds determines whether she gives up completely or chooses to try again. Some may see disappointment as the end of possibility, but a woman of true character treats it as a temporary pause. Her willingness to rise after falling shows determination that cannot be bought or borrowed, or each disappointment becomes a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block. By choosing to continue forward, she proves that setbacks are never final, or her persistence transforms pain into eventual progress. Her treatment of others during disappointment also reveals her heart. Or does she take out her frustration on those around her, becoming cruel or dismissive because of her own suffering? Or does she maintain respect and kindness, or even when her spirit feels heavy, the ability to remain fair and gentle while hurting inside is a rare quality? Or it shows that she does not allow her struggles to justify hurting others. This self-control demonstrates that her values guide her even in moments of weakness. Or disappointment then becomes her teacher. Ultimately, disappointment is unavoidable, but the reaction is always a choice. Or a woman's response reveals whether her character is shallow or deeply grounded. If she chooses patience, gratitude, and resilience, then she proves that her strength is not dependent on circumstances. Disappointment does not destroy her, it refines her. But if her reaction is bitterness and cruelty, it shows her weakness more than the loss itself. In conclusion, how she reacts when denied her way is one of the clearest signs of who she truly is. Words are powerful, but they are meaningless without actions to support them. A woman's character is not judged solely by what she says, but by how her life aligns with those words. Promises are easy to make, but the true test is whether those promises are fulfilled when it costs her something. If her words flow beautifully, but her actions contradict them, she exposes inconsistency. However, if her behavior reflects her speech consistently, she proves that her character is genuine. In the end, actions always speak louder than words, and consistency is the truest test of integrity. Every woman can speak of kindness, loyalty, and respect, but the reality lies in how she practices those values in her daily life. For example, if she claims to value honesty yet chooses to lie when convenient, her words are empty. But if she tells the truth even when it is uncomfortable, then her actions verify her words. This alignment reveals moral strength, her consistency between what she says and what she does is the bridge of trust others can walk on. The conclusion is clear: authenticity is proven through aligned behavior, when her actions and words align, she demonstrates reliability. People feel safe trusting her because they know she will not say one thing and do another. This kind of consistency creates stability in relationships, workplaces, and friendships. On the other hand, if her speech is charming but her actions betray betrayal or laziness, people quickly realize she cannot be trusted. Character is never about what one claims to be, but about what one repeatedly does. Therefore, consistency becomes the foundation upon which true trust is built and sustained over time. Consider the promises she makes to others. Does she follow through on commitments, or does she forget them once the excitement fades? A woman who values consistency will honor her word, even if it requires sacrifice. This reliability reflects responsibility and maturity, qualities that elevate her character. If she casually breaks promises, however, she reveals carelessness. Words without actions may sound pleasant, but they eventually destroy credibility. True character is proven by doing, not by saying. Hence, observing whether her commitments are fulfilled is an essential test of her authenticity. A woman's treatment of values such as loyalty or compassion can also highlight this consistency. Many speak of loyalty but abandon others when times become difficult. Many speak of compassion but fail to act when help is needed. Yet when her loyalty remains steady and her compassion leads to tangible support, she transforms her words into living truths. This alignment is rare and beautiful because it reflects depth of character rather than shallow claims. Ultimately, a woman's consistency between words and actions makes her character trustworthy and her presence dependable in all situations. The measure of integrity lies in the hidden moments when nobody is watching. It is in these situations where actions carry more weight than words ever could. If she claims to value respect but secretly gossips or belittles others, she exposes a lack of authenticity. However, However, if she continues to honor her values even when unseen, or she proves her integrity is genuine, this invisible consistency builds strength because it shows that her actions are not for performance, but are rooted in her identity. Or the conclusion is simple: real character is consistent in private and public. Consistency also reveals discipline. To align words and actions requires effort, or because it means living intentionally rather than casually. A woman who practices discipline in her values demonstrates strength that goes beyond temporary moods, or her behavior is steady because she refuses to compromise her principles for short-term convenience. This discipline reflects her inner stability, or showing that she is not swayed by changing circumstances. In contrast, inconsistency reveals weakness as it shows that words are used carelessly. Therefore, or her character is measured by whether she has the discipline to embody her values daily. It is also important to observe her actions in challenging times, or because pressure often exposes whether words truly matter. Many can uphold their claims in easy circumstances, but only someone with strong character can maintain consistency when difficulties strike. If she stands by her words even when it costs her comfort, she proves her strength. However, if she abandons her values under pressure, she shows that her words were empty. This is why consistency is one of the clearest measures of authenticity, or it separates those who speak truth from those who merely perform it. In conclusion, the alignment between words and actions is a powerful test of a woman's character. Words are easy to craft, but actions are harder to sustain, especially over time. If she consistently proves that her behavior matches her speech, she demonstrates integrity, or reliability and authenticity. However, if her words and actions are constantly divided, she reveals emptiness and insincerity. Character is not in what one claims, but in what one lives out daily. Therefore, the ultimate measure of trust and respect is the consistency she maintains between words and actions. Loyalty and trust are the backbone of any meaningful relationship, whether it is friendship, family, or partnership. A woman's true character can be seen in how she values these two qualities. If she understands that loyalty means standing firm even when circumstances change, and that trust is a sacred bond not to be broken, then her actions will reflect depth of character. However, if she treats loyalty lightly and breaks trust easily, it shows a lack of maturity. The way she handles loyalty and trust ultimately defines her integrity and reveals the strength of her heart. Loyalty is not about staying when everything is convenient. It is about remaining steadfast when challenges arise. A woman of character does not abandon those she cares for in moments of weakness, nor does she betray confidences for personal gain. Instead, she proves her loyalty by being present, supportive, and reliable. This kind of loyalty demonstrates her inner strength and selflessness, because she values commitment above convenience. On the other hand, inconsistency in loyalty shows that her words cannot be relied upon. True character shines brightest through unwavering loyalty in difficult times. Trust is fragile, and once broken, it is difficult to restore. A woman's respect for trust demonstrates whether she values the sacredness of relationships. If she guards secrets, honors commitments, and protects the confidence others place in her, then she proves her integrity. Trust is not maintained by words alone, but by actions that show reliability. If she casually breaks promises or shares what was entrusted to her, she damages not only others but also her own credibility. In conclusion, the way she treats trust reveals the strength and sincerity of her character. A woman who values loyalty and trust also understands accountability. She does not take advantage of others' faith in her, but instead honors it with responsibility. This means she recognizes that loyalty is not a one-time act, but a consistent pattern of support. Similarly, she understands that trust is earned and maintained through honesty, respect and care. Her accountability shows that she does not exploit relationships for her gain but nurtures them with sincerity. This quality sets her apart, because accountability and loyalty and trust reflects a strong, grounded moral foundation that is unshakable. Another important aspect of loyalty is how she stands by others in their absence. It is easy to show support when people are present, but loyalty is truly tested when they are not there to defend themselves. A woman of character does not participate in gossip or betrayal. Instead, she protects the reputation of those she cares about and refuses to allow their name to be tarnished. This shows that her loyalty is not conditional, but rooted in respect. Such steadfastness reveals her strength and makes her trustworthy in every situation she encounters. In relationships, loyalty is often measured in moments of temptation. A woman who values loyalty does not compromise her commitments for temporary pleasures or distractions. Her discipline ensures that her actions reflect faithfulness. This faithfulness is not about obligation, but about valuing the bond she has chosen to honor. Similarly, her respect for trust prevents her from hiding truths or engaging in deceit. Her loyalty under temptation and her honesty under pressure prove that her character is not easily swayed. In conclusion, real loyalty and trust are revealed by choices made when no one is watching. Trust also requires transparency. A woman of character does not conceal important truths or create doubts through secrecy. Instead, she is open, clear, and honest in her interactions. This transparency builds a foundation of trust that strengthens her relationships. By being consistent in her words and actions, she reassures others that they can rely on her. When she chooses honesty even at the cost of discomfort, she shows that she values trust above temporary ease. In this way, transparency becomes her strength, proving that her integrity can withstand challenges and her loyalty is never in question. Her attitude toward loyalty and trust also influences how safe others feel around her. When people know she values these qualities, they can open their hearts without fear of betrayal. This creates deeper, more meaningful bonds, because safety in relationships is built on trust. Conversely, if she betrays loyalty or breaks trust, others learn to protect themselves and distance from her. A woman of strong character makes others feel secure through her consistency and honesty. In conclusion, her respect for loyalty and trust determines whether she inspires confidence or creates doubt in those around her. Ultimately, loyalty and trust are not abstract ideas, but lived realities that shape her entire life. A woman who values them proves that she is not only dependable, but also deeply honorable. She becomes someone others can rely on during storms and someone whose word carries weight. Her loyalty ensures commitment, while her respect for trust safeguards integrity. These qualities cannot be faked for long because actions always reveal the truth. In conclusion, a woman's treatment of loyalty and trust remains one of the most powerful reflections of her true character.